These speakers from Edifier on my desk were never meant to be smart speakers. They don't support AirPlay, Google Cast, Spotify Connect, or multi-room audio. But what if you could support all of them with just one small device? This is the Arylic LP10 Music Streamer, and today I'm using it to turn my Edifier MR4 monitor speakers into smart speakers. So in this video, I'll show you how it works, what features it adds, and whether it's actually worth adding to your existing music setup. Let's start with the unboxing. Before opening the box, a quick overview of what this device is about. The Arylic LP10 is designed to add modern wireless streaming to almost any speaker setup. That supports AirPlay, Google Cast, Spotify Connect, and Tidal Connect, so you can stream music directly from your favorite apps without relying on Bluetooth. Arylic uses their Go Control app, which lets you set up the device, manage playback, and even control multiple streamers if you want to build a multi-room audio system around your home. Now opening the box, the first thing you'll see is the user manual. This includes the setup instructions, product specifications, and a step-by-step guide with clear pictures showing how to connect the streamer to your speakers and Wi-Fi network. Under that, we get to the accessories. First, there's a 2-to-1 RCA cable, which is commonly used to connect the streamer to powered speakers or amplifiers. Along with that, Arylic also includes a 3.5 aux cable, giving you another option depending on the type of audio input your speakers support. For power, there's a charger along with a USB-C cable. Next is the remote control, and it has a clean, minimal design. It gives you quick access to volume controls, equalizer selection, playback buttons, and connectivity options, so you can control music without needing to open the mobile app every time. And finally, here's the streamer itself. It's actually quite compact and surprisingly lightweight. Looking at the design, the LP10 is actually smaller than most audio streaming devices. It has a simple square shape with a clean matte finish, which helps it blend nicely into a desk setup without drawing too much attention. On the front of the device, there's a small OLED display that shows useful information such as the connection status, volume level, and sometimes even the track that's playing. It's subtle but helpful when you want quick visual feedback. On the top of the device, you'll find touch-sensitive buttons for basic controls like play, pause, and volume adjustments. Because of this, you actually have multiple ways to control the streamer. You can use the touch controls on the device itself, the included remote control, or the mobile app, depending on what's most convenient at the time. The included remote control also makes it convenient to manage playback without reaching for your phone. In the middle dial up-down buttons, you get quick volume controls so you can easily increase or decrease the sound without opening the app. On the sides are the playback buttons, allowing you to quickly skip to the next or previous track. Another useful feature here is the equalizer control, where you can cycle through different presets depending on the type of music you're listening to. Here you get options like jazz, rock, vocal, flat, classic, and pop, each slightly adjusting the sound profile depending on the type of music you're listening to. The remote also lets you switch between input modes, which is helpful if you're using different streaming options like AirPlay, Bluetooth, or other audio sources. Just in the middle of the dial, the button lets you either mute the audio or pause it. There's one nice addition that lets you adjust the display brightness level on the streamer. Even though the LP10 is small, it comes with a good selection of connectivity options on the back. There's an RCA output that can be connected directly to powered speakers or amplifiers, which is exactly what I'm using here with the Edifier MR4 monitor speakers on my desk. There's also a 3.5 aux audio connection and an optical digital output, which supports high-resolution audio up to 24-bit and 192 kHz. This makes it compatible not only with desk speakers but also with soundbars or home theater receivers if you want to integrate it into a larger audio system. For networking, the LP10 supports dual-band Wi-Fi on both 2.4 and 5 GHz, and there's also an Ethernet port if you prefer a stable wired connection. In addition to that, there's a USB-A port that allows you to play music directly from a USB storage drive. With these options, the streamer can easily work with many different types of audio setups, whether that's a desk speaker system, a hi-fi amplifier, or even a home theater setup. Setting up the LP10 is done through the Arylic Go Control mobile app, so to download it, just simply scan the QR code in the manual or on the box. Once the device is powered on, the app guides you through connecting it to your Wi-Fi network and adding it to your audio system. One of the biggest strengths of the LP10 is its support for multiple streaming platforms. It works with Apple AirPlay 2, which means you can stream audio directly from Apple devices like iPhones, iPads, or MacBooks. If you're using Android or Google services, it also supports Google Cast. In addition to that, the LP10 supports Spotify Connect and Tidal Connect, DLNA streaming, internet radio, and playback from USB storage. Inside the app, you can choose from several equalizer presets that are optimized for different types of audio, like music with stronger bass or more balanced listening. Alright, so that was the sound test, and you can hear that the LP10 actually adds a bit more clarity and presence compared to connecting the speakers directly to the system through a standard cable connection. One of the features I like about the LP10 is how well it fits into a smart home setup. It works with Apple Home and Google Home, so you can integrate it into routines or control music through voice assistants. For example, in my setup, I can ask my Google Nest speaker to play music on the desk speakers, and the audio will stream through the LP10 to the Edifier MR4 monitors. Because the streamer supports AirPlay 2 and Google Cast multi-room audio, it can also be part of a larger wireless audio system around the house. That means you could start playing music at your desk and continue listening in another room on a different compatible speaker or audio system. For anyone who already has a good pair of speakers and doesn't want to replace them just to get modern streaming features, a device like this can be a really practical upgrade. If you'd like to learn more about the LP10 or check out the full specifications, you can find the link in the description below. I hope you liked this review. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one.